Jonathan Taylor didn't perform the way he did yesterday, they would have lost that game.
No doubt.
No question about it. He has been phenomenal this year. And so for me, that's my, I wouldn't even call it good, call it great.
I want to stop down on that for a minute here because running backs almost never, in the day and age in which we live, like I'm old enough to remember a time when running backs won the MVP almost every single year, but the world has changed substantially. So Jonathan Taylor right now, he has vaulted all the way to 4th in the MVP rankings. If a quarterback was doing commensurately what he's doing right now, the race would already be over. So Drake May, Jonathan Taylor, should Jonathan Taylor right now be the MVP of the league?
I think you could throw Matthew Stafford in this conversation.
Well, he is.
Well,
those are right now the shortest odds. For those who don't speak gambling, May is right now. May has the shortest odds to win MVP.
Hold on. I'm just looking at that.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor can't be behind 3 play. I know it's a quarterback award. I know the quarterbacks have won it the last 12 years. The last 12 NFL MVPs are quarterbacks. Jonathan Taylor has had 4 games in which he had a hat trick this year. 4 games that he won for his team, including yesterday against the Atlanta Falcons. He has run wild. Nobody can stop the guy. How is he, through 10 weeks, not? I can't believe he's the 4th favorite.
Who's voting on these things?
He's tied for 3rd. These are odds.
I know.
No one has voted yet, to be
I know,
clear.
and they're odds, but I'm saying if he doesn't win, I question who the hell's making these votes.
Well,
did anybody understand the game of football? This guy may break the all-time record for touchdowns, and he's 4th?
He's tied for 3rd for whatever it's worth with Patrick Mahomes. And these are just the odds. And the reason is because they never give this award.
Well, it should be called the Davey O'Brien Award.
Well, that's basically what it has become. The Heisman has become.
People probably don't know that Davey O'Brien was a quarterback. Right?
Yeah,
and it's the quarterback award in college football.
That's right.
I don't know.
That is the point. I believed that Saquon Barkley should have been the MVP last year. I believed that Randy Moss should have been the MVP the year he got to New England and they became unstoppable.
Saquon was great last year.
Right.
I think Jonathan Taylor's been even more valuable this year.
You think that?
I do think that with 4 3-touchdown games already. But by the way, ESPN Bet, it must know something that we don't because it has the Ravens in September.
It knows that they never vote for quarterbacks.
Listen,
for running back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's to be doing this midseason award, but the truth is, if you were going to give it out, yes. I completely agree. Jonathan Taylor's had an unbelievable season.
I think Jonathan Taylor's on a bye week next week. Maybe they're forecasting or factoring that into the situation. He's going to buy. I don't know.
I think they're factoring in that this has become a quarterback award, and it is extremely. Adrian Peterson was the last running back to win this award.
In the MVP, something is wrong with the MVP voting because there's no player more dominant in football right now than him, and there's no player that means more to their team right now than Jonathan Taylor. This team is 8-2 for a reason, and it's because that man is an absolute juggernaut every Sunday. Richard, what are your thoughts on the Indianapolis Colts and their performance today against the Atlanta Falcons?
I thought it was another dominant offensive performance by the Indianapolis Colts. You give Daniel Jones a lot of credit because people said he turned into a pumpkin last week. The old Daniel Jones. He leads the league in yards, passing yards right now. And he's finding a way to put this team in position. Yes, we got to give Jonathan Taylor. He has to turn around and hand it off. He handed it off 32 times to Jonathan Taylor for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime. I mean, an incredible move in that overtime to really get him the touchdown, to score that touchdown. He's just an incredible player. And we talk about Saquon Barkley last year and all the greatness that he was and the 2,000 yards rushing. Jonathan Taylor's on track to surpass that. He's already surpassed the amount of touchdowns, rushing touchdowns that Saquon had last year. Saquon had 13 for the season. And I know Eagles fans, we know about tush push. We know you guys love it sometimes, but you don't love it in this Saquon discussion. But nobody cares. Nobody cares if you tush pushed it 11, 12 times and he would have had 26 touchdowns. He didn't. You should have gave it to him those times. So he could have had 26 touchdowns, and we'd be talking about him in the MVP and strengthen the argument. But the Indianapolis Colts are giving him the ball, and Jonathan Taylor's making long runs and converting them, scoring touchdown after touchdown, 15 touchdowns, rushing on the season, 17 overall with the 2 receiving touchdowns. And it's just been dominant. It's not like he's getting it and they're already dominating the game. These are critical situations. They don't win this game without him. He gets the game clinching touchdown. When you got to give him credit where it's due. He had an 83-yard touchdown in this game, and he's having MVP type impact. And I know Matthew Stafford deserves to be in the discussion. Let's not make any disrespect to Matthew Stafford, but this guy's playing at a high level and deserves to be recognized, and I'm tired of it just going to quarterbacks. It's not fair because you cannot tell me there's more that Jonathan Taylor could be doing. You cannot tell me there's more that he could be doing for his team. And if there's not more that he could be doing for his team, a team that nobody expected to be in this position, nobody expected the Indianapolis Colts to be amongst the top teams in the National Football League, 8-2. With a game coming up against the Kansas City Chiefs where I would guess they'd be favored. If you told me before the season that we'd be looking at an Indianapolis Colts team where even their fans weren't happy when Daniel Jones was named the starter, would be going against a Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid still in the helm and Chris Jones healthy, and they'd go in there favored, I'd say you done lost your damn mind. That's what I would say. But that's the case right now. And it's because of a lot of things. Let's not say it's all because of Jonathan Taylor, but Jonathan Taylor is a huge part of it. Lou Anarumo in this defense is another part of that. Daniel Jones playing at a high level is another piece of that. But the biggest piece right now is Jonathan Taylor, and that's why he deserves the most valuable player in the National Football League.
Well, you look at the secondary pieces too. I mean, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, obviously Downs on the outside. And then they plucked a tight end in the draft that probably should have been the first tight end taken in this draft, but he slipped past the Chicago Bears, who took Colston Loveland. And that's Tyler Warren. I mean, this is Daniel Jones' safety blanket underneath. 8 catches for 99 yards. He looks like the next great thing at the tight end position. So the Colts are doing a lot of things right now, including drafting. They're now.
Oh, they got they got 10. They already played 10. They got 17 games.
Okay. 10.
Yeah, they haven't had their bye week yet, I don't think. So that's why they got 10, and the Falcons have only played 3. Only played 9.
Let me see.
But these tight ends, man, the tight ends, Ocho, they just got more tight ends to do it. They just got more. They were just back in the 80s, and you have one or two. You had Ozzie and Kellen, and then in the 90s you had Jay Novacek for a couple of years, and then Ben Coates and myself. You had I know the Patriots fans. You guys will remember Starvin Marvin Cook, but for the most part, now it was always like one or two, maybe 3 on the high end. Now you got McBride. Now you got Hawkinson. Now you got LaPorta.
Bowers.
Now you got this kid Warren. You got Loveland. You got just so many guys. You got a Mark Andrews. You got a Travis Kelce. You got a Rondé Gasson II. You just got so many guys, Ocho. You got a Brock Bowers. You had Kraft that ended up tearing his knee for the Green Bay Packers. You have so many guys now that can do it that it doesn't even seem special anymore. It seems special when there's only a handful of guys doing it. Now you got a bunch of these guys can do it. But man, he was. I was like, damn. But he's definitely in MVP discussion.
Taylor. Jonathan, you talk about Jonathan Taylor?
How many yards did can you figure out how many yards Saquon had at this point last year, 10 games into the season? So, because he damn sure got to be on pace for 2,000.
Yeah, he should be. Absolutely. If
he got, hold on, he's in 10 games, he has 1139, so he's averaging like 113 yards a game. So 113 times 7, what would that give him? Would that give him 2,000? Yeah, we forgot about Kittle.
I said it. I said
okay.
it.
Hell, we're going to talk about the Rams in a minute. They threw a touchdown. Every tight end for the Rams caught a touchdown but me. Hell, I was like, call my old ass out of retirement and throw me one. Damn, 49ers. Y'all going to cover anybody tight end?
You going to pinch him? Something.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. They was giving that touchdown like Oprah gave out cars that time. You get a car, and you'll get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. But Taylor, man, he
balling.
I think Jonathan Taylor has 1,139 yards. Wow.
What happened?
So he's 2 yards ahead of what Saquon was at the same time last year. But he got way more touchdowns than Saquon had. I think he got like 15 touchdowns.
Damn, already?
Touchdowns. Yeah. He got a chance to get LT's record.
31?
Now,
31?
yeah. No. So if he averages, he got 15. He can get 25. I mean, you get 25, they're going to seriously give this guy. If he gets 2,000 yards and say 25, the 30 touchdowns, he's going to be MVP.
That